So people said I was crazy. Last year, Ohio State was okay, bad early, okay, and then something clicked, and they beat Wisconsin 59-0, and then pounded Alabama, and then pounded Oregon. They weren't that team all year. Urban Meyer's history shows you his teams peak late. I watched Ohio State dismantle a very good defensive team in Michigan. Dismantle them. It was surgical, and I said, well, Clemson's undefeated. I think Oklahoma's the best team. Michigan State beat Ohio State. I'm not leaving this Ohio State out. I put Alabama at 5. I think they're good. People said, you're crazy, to which I said, they have a bad home loss and no great win. It's all perception with Alabama.
It is perception. The one thing I want to say about the playoffs, it changes our perception. What Ohio State did at the end of last season may have been, Urban Meyer may be the best coach when given a month to prepare for a 2-game playoff. That may be what we saw from Ohio State.
Okay.
And so the guy that's the best for 11, 12 weeks in the regular season may be different than the guy who makes the best use of a month off to prepare for a 2-game end of season.
Yeah, Nick Saban's only like 7-6 in bowl games, but week to week you get a great team.
There you go. And so these are two different disciplines. And so I grew up in Big Ten country. I'm a Michigan fan. I think the Big Ten's kind of weak.
Oh, you do? I think it's the best they've been in a decade.
Maybe Iowa is hurting my perception because I'm not like you. I'm not a big fan of Iowa because they didn't play the 3 teams in the Big Ten that are really good. And maybe that's hurt. But it's hard for me ever to disrespect the SEC. They've got too much tradition. Alabama's been very good for a long time. And so a one-loss Alabama team, I'm not going to cry if Ohio State gets left out because, again, I'm someone that's never been a big proponent of the playoffs. I've always argued there was nothing wrong with college football without a playoff. You're going to create a playoff.
You know the funniest thing, Jason? What's funny about this is we thought it would end the arguments.
Yes, it's only increased it.
It's escalated the arguments.
More victims, Colin. That's what I've seriously, more victims. Look, Iowa has had a tremendous season. And instead of us being able to talk about, man, Kirk Ferentz and these kids, wow, what a great, we have to sit here, nah, they're not really that good. They don't belong in the playoffs. And so now they got a chip on their shoulder, and they're going to be a victim of somehow. Michigan State, they can lose to Michigan State in a close game and still feel like, hey, we should be one of the 4 teams. So I just think we've increased the number of victims in college football. I don't think we've really improved college football. I know it's great for the fans. I've never been a person, having played college athletics, that thought the whole thing was about the fans. I think it's more about the kids. And anytime we start making the kids play more games, risk more injury, more out of school, I don't like it.